Hello everybody, it is the Blind Coffee Man, and today, if we can, we have another taste test. I mentioned this the last time we were together. We're going to have, if we can get it, some peanut butter cup coffee. This will come from Boyer's. It was their coffee flavor of the month for the month of August. So let's go downstairs. We will grind this up for the container and then we will brew it and have a taste test. Okay. Let me remove this container. We got I love this container. We got one of these things where you can put your coffee grounds in it, and it will actually keep your coffee fresh. I think that's very nice. I love it. It worked wonders for the coconut cream coffee, which we shared the last time we were here. Let me plug this in because in taste testing this, I have something else that I have to show you. Make sure that's plugged in. This, you can't see it because this is audio described. So I mentioned the coconut, I mentioned the peanut butter cup coffee. Now this is available only in whole bean, which means it has to be ground. It needs a special machine for that. And so for that, that's when you get the grinder. And we're gonna grind it up as soon as we can get this open. Okay. I'll bust it open. I'll get it open somehow. Okay. There's a I can definitely smell the chocolate and the peanut butter that is in here, that is in this coffee. So I can smell it. If only I could just get it open. I'll have to see if I can discover a way to open that. Okay. I did this to the coconut cream, but I don't remember how I did it. Just get an end of it. coffee. The beans smell so good. They're, like I said, this is peanut butter cup coffee. This is chocolate and peanut butter combined in coffee. And it's smelling so good right now that I actually would like to brew this myself and try it. And I will. Bust this open. Probably should have opened this before in preparation for this. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was able to get a rip in it. I can open it. Now, before we can brew it, we have to grind it up. I'm going to pour some of this into the grinder. Try not to fill it because now you may have heard me talk about this. If you listen to my show, The Relaxation Station, you heard me talk about this grinder and how it wasn't really somewhat accessibility friendly. You just have to leave the settings the way they are if you want to use it. That's what we did. We used a filter setting. This has 12. Hold on one second. Well, guys, we have a little bit of a treat here at the Blind Coffee Man. It appears that my sister, who was one of my first YouTube subscribers, and the person who gave me the grinder and my first whole bean coffee, my sister paid us a visit here today. So shout out to you, Alicia. And thank you. She says, hi there. Yes, so we have the grinder. Now, before we begin today's demonstration, you may have heard me talk about on the Relaxation Station, which is my show that I have on 98.6 The Mix. You can catch it every Friday from 4 to 8 p.m. Eastern, 3 to 7 p.m. Central. You may have heard me mention there isn't really a way to mark this. If you're blind, you want to have a way to mark off your appliances so that if your appliances have different settings, you can mark them off and know what those settings are. Well, the wheel is built, the little adjustment wheel is built so far into the machine that there isn't really a way to do that. And so you kind of have to, you can use trial and error. It has some markings on it if you know what you're doing. I mean, you could, I guess, in theory, use a Hymarkian tactile pen or something, but that wouldn't work for this, I don't think, but we'll see. I had offered a plea to they have what are called accessibility consultants. I don't know if they just do that for software or if they have appliances or if they have accessibility consultants for appliances, and basically they talk to these companies and they say, here are ways to make your thing your appliance, your product more accessible. So we have this. This is a Bodum Bur grinder. We got it from BoyersCoffee.com. You can also get it at Bodum.com. This retails for about $65, and it's a good product. I'd say it's a good product. We're going to grind up some of this peanut butter cup coffee for the container. Now we have the container, which keeps your coffee fresh. You can just, if you want to open it, you just twist a little mechanism, it unlocks. And you just lift the top off like this, and then you just do that. Now, for those of you who are new subscribers, maybe you're sighted, this is audio described because I need both hands to make coffee, and I currently do not, I cannot afford to hire someone to aim a camera, so we do that. So let's test out, let me show you this, let's test this grinder. Now I plugged it in, I put the coffee in there, and now it has a rocker switch, so you put it in the on position. Now, this grinder can only take 220 grams of beans at a time. So we put that in there, and now we're going to hit the button, and this is what it sounds like. We're going to grind this for the container. Here we go. Now, if you are blind, you may notice that you heard it, you heard the engine change, you heard the motor change its tune when there was nothing left to grind. It's something to listen for. I'm going to take this container to the sink, and now I'm going to, this machine has a plastic catch on it, a plastic container that catches the beans that have been ground. And now we're going to pour this into the container. It's a good practice to do this over the sink, because that way you don't get coffee grounds all over the place. It certainly smells good. This stuff certainly smells good. Now the clip that was on the bag kind of came off. I'm going to grind some more of this for the container. Now here's a little note about grinders. There are two types of grinders on the market today that you can buy. There are blade grinders and there are burr grinders. And the burr grinders, they say, are good for things like this. If you, oh goodness. There's still things. Okay. There's still beans in here. Let me see if I can get these out, because otherwise they're going to clog up this. up.
This must be open on the bottom because they're going straight through.
Huh?
They're going straight through.
Oh.
It's open.
Well, okay, let me get these. If we get these beans off, we can.
I'll get it. This is open though. You have to close this.
Okay.
It's open under the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to close the bottom. I don't know how to close the bottom.
Okay. Well. Okay.
So okay, I'll scoop them out of here and put them on the counter.
Is it? Is what it is. What has happened is it's got it basically, when you fill it, like sometimes when you fill it, looks like we overfilled.
Okay.
And what happens is when you do that, you end up with that. It was making a little bit of a noise, and when it makes that noise, it means that there was too much in there. So that's why.
Okay.
That's why I stopped to do that.
Okay. Here you go.
So you guys, So now we know you have learned not to overfill your grinder, which is what we have done. So there you have it. Let me see how I can. Let me put this back on.
Did it fit?
I think it's.
It might be. Just check and see if it's still too many beans.
Yeah.
I tried to do them for mine.
Okay. So now the clip on this bag actually came off. Let's put a little bit more in here.
A little bit.
Huh?
A little bit.
Just a little bit more. Okay.
Okay.
Because, this is on backwards. Okay. Okay. So.
All right. These
A
ones
little
that
bit more.
these ones that fell out on the counter, you want me to throw them away?
So now, let's we'll put this also in the container. We are having a blind coffee man segment with family.
Smells delicious.
It's always been my dream to do a YouTube video like this with my family surrounding me. So I thank them for giving me the opportunity to do this today. Thank God for family. That they're always a blessing. Let's put this back on. Give me one moment. We'll call today's presentation, we'll call this the Blind Coffee Man Family Edition.
Don't forget this top. You want to put the top on this?
Huh?
You want to put the top on this?
Yeah, we'll do some more. We'll blind as much of this for the container as we can, because the clip came off, and so we don't want this. You don't want this getting stale.
Yeah, don't want that.
So, yeah, stale coffee is never a good thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, use it up as much as you can. That's what we do. We're gonna do here. You could do measuring cups, however, I'm not sure how many grams is for a measuring cup. That's something I'm gonna have to ask for next time. When we get back together, I'll let you know. Because this coffee maker, or this coffee grinder, takes 220 grams. So, 220 grams at a time. I've been meaning to find out how much that is in measuring cups. Maybe if you know how much 220 grams is in a full measuring cup, a full cup measure, you can leave your answer in the comments and let us know, because inquiring minds want to know. So. Dump this in there. You can dump this into the container. You want to dump it? There you go. And there you go. My sister's being a help to us here today. We thank her. We thank her for helping, and we also thank her for subscribing to the. And hopefully, you will see more of her on these videos. Oh, this coconut, or not this peanut butter cup coffee came from Boyer's. Every month they have a flavor of the month. For September, they decided they were going to do cinnamon sugar cookies.
Did you get it?
Huh?
Did you get the cinnamon sugar cookie?
Yeah, that's Boyer's flavor of the month, cinnamon sugar cookies.
Where is it?
So they have that. You can get it at boyerscoffee.com. And I believe they should still have supply.
Wait a minute. Is Boyer's our sponsor?
Huh?
Are they our sponsor?
Well, yeah, I suppose if you wanted, they're our unofficial sponsor.
Unofficial?
Yeah, I mean, I actually need to talk to them about
yes,
this
we do.
coffee.
We need to talk to them about it.
They make good stuff.
Yeah. Did you already order the flavor of the month?
Do what?
Did you already order the flavor of the month?
I did not yet.
Oh.
I know they have, but I know they have. In July they had maple bacon. Now,
Hold on, this one.
there are some flavors I probably would not recommend off the top of my head.
Oh.
Maple bacon. It seems interesting, and this would be the type of flavor. This would be a coffee flavor that I would probably get, just to be able to say that I tried it.
This
Now that would be kind of interesting, I think.
the peanut butter cup definitely. It smells like the fall actually. Since
It does. I mean, it is autumn. Autumn, actually, for those of you who are curious, who care to know, the autumnal equinox took place this past Sunday. It arrived at 8:44. Hold on. I'm trying to let me resituate these beans. I try to get it on top of that so that it doesn't go under. So you go under, it could grind into the machine, and I don't want it to do that. So
yeah, they're pretty evenly spread around.
this actually does smell really good. I'm looking forward I mean, I always look forward to, but I'm looking forward to actually trying this
Since
today.
I've been smelling like so much pumpkin spice,
Yeah.
this, like I said, this really smells like the fall. Even though it's peanut butter cup,
Yeah.
it really smells like the fall.
You know, pumpkin spice, actually, you can get pumpkin spice products a little bit earlier this year. They have that in the stores now. Now, I haven't really tried the... I know Boyer's, again, has coffee. They have pumpkin spice coffee. And I've never tried pumpkin spice coffee. We get the creamer every year.
Really?
And that's pretty good.
That is shocking. I can't believe you haven't tried pumpkin spice coffee.
Yeah, the creamer is pretty good. And I've used the creamer. I use the creamer every year.
Mm-hmm.
And that is something I love to put in my coffee. I'm trying to clean this out. Hold on. But I don't want to have to take this off of here because
Yeah, I don't think you should.
I want to get. And you also, yeah, it's the little container. When you do that, it makes the wheel spin, which deals with the setting. And you don't want to.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This has 12 settings. Now, if you're going to grind coffee, some things you have to keep in mind are pretty basic items of house cleaning, and that is, if you're going to use a Keurig like we do, you want to make sure that you want something like a filter or a French press grind. You don't want an espresso grind, because if you use a reusable filter, those beans, if they are espresso ground, will clog up that, and you do not want to do that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I told you they were evenly spread.
So yeah, so that's something you have to remember. You don't want to do, and unfortunately, it's not, the words are not actually written on the adjustment wheel of what setting you're looking at. So you have to actually read the manual. They have pictures in the manual. They'll show you what it is that you're looking at. So always make sure. I've said to you many times on this channel, make sure that you read the manual, because the manual will give you very important information. I mean, there are some people who are old school, and they may look at this and they may look at it and try to wing it, figure it out on their own, and say, I'm not going to read it. Yeah, read your manual. It's important, and you'll thank yourself for doing so, especially if there's a problem. You will definitely thank yourself for reading the manual. Well, we've almost ground this whole bag of coffee. So, this will we'll grind this. There's only a little bit left. Oh, this container's looking healthy and full again. That's good. I love a healthy container. I love a healthy and full container of coffee. That makes this blind coffee man very happy. You have that. I do this over the sink. Make sure that you do that. make sure that it all gets in there. Oh. Yes. Yes.
I gotta go pick up Candace from school.
Huh?
I gotta get Candace from school.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. The Blind Coffee Man with family. As I believe my sister is preparing to evacuate the dance floor. So we definitely thank her for visiting. Oh, the bag is empty. So let's grind. We'll fire up this grinder, this go around, one final time. Hold on, let's find the top. Oh, there's a little bit of grounds on the counter as a result of when the thing. Oh. And now that whole thing, the whole bag is ground. So we'll pour the last of this into the container. And there's no point putting the top on it because we're just going to dip right into it again. Okay. Now, so that's done. Coffee's been ground. So I'm gonna I'm gonna first of all, oh, the motor of this is looking nice and hot. I'm gonna let this cool. I'm gonna hit the little rocker switch on the back of this to turn it off, and then I'm going to unplug it. That's what you do. Now I'm gonna put this back into its corner. Oh. And the stir stick fell over. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Now, okay, now I can put this back over here. Let's set it atop there. Actually, so that our newly ground coffee does stay fresh, let us, oh. We'll just put we'll put the lid on the container, lock it in place so that it stays fresh. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's ready the Keurig and the cup. First of all, oh. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the lid off the cup because we have to take this basket out, the cup holder. We have to take that out in order to put the reusable filter in there. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna, okay. Oh, that's the little clip that came with it. Sticky crap. And there's some sticky stuff on it. All right. Now we're gonna put all this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, found a piece of paper on the counter. Now let's take this off. Now here's the thing with this reusable filter. For those of you who are blind, I mean, and sighted people too, you want to look at it. They have raised lines around this filter. I actually got my finger. I'm touching it. Make sure that when you make coffee, you fill to within this line, but do not fill above the line. If you fill above the line, then make sure that you level that out, because nobody wants an overfilled thing. Okay, so level. Actually, that looks like it's about. That looks like it's about to the line. That looks like it's about to the line. This looks. Now this looks kind of. This looks kind of different from what we normally have. I hope this comes out okay. I think one of the grinder settings got screwed up somehow. Which, when you have, when the container is involved, the little, with a burr in it, that might get messed up. So I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna assemble the coffee filter. We got the coffee in there. I'm gonna put the container back on top of the grinder. So the container is full. The coffee has been ground. And now we have the coffee in the filter. I'm going to set this off to the side. And now I'm going to I'm going to put, the sugar and all that into the cup. Now, we prefer the equal packets here, the little smaller, they call it artificial sugar. Now you can use real sugar, but bear in mind that it does not dissolve the way this artificial stuff does. So if you use the real sugar, please note that after your coffee is done brewing, you're going to have to stir it. You will have to stir the living daylights out of it. So, but if that's acceptable to you, then that's okay. Okay. And now, let me open these packets. We'll put them into the cup. Let me put the tops in our little trash can here. There we go. Put the sugar in there. There's that. Now let's get a little bit of creamer. I got, let's do this. Because this might taste really good. We're gonna pair this peanut butter cup coffee with some amaretto creamer. And now let me open this. It is not open. I thought it was, but it's not. I'll open that now. Okay. And we're going to, okay, let me throw that away. Cellophane, that was found on the mouth of the bottle. Screw, put the lid in place. Oh, we got sugar there. We got sugar in here. Now let's pour a little bit of creamer into the bottom of the cup. Okay, that looks good enough. And now comes the real test. I think I actually worry that, having to clean up and take the little thing with the burn it off caused a filter setting to get messed up. We'll find out. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. What the? Oh, there's... Okay. Let me take care of that for a minute. There appear to be granulated particles on the drip tray. I'm just going to rinse that off. The tray has a lid on it. It's on the top, but just in case, so that it's symmetrical, we'll rinse the top off as well. Let's see if we have a towel here. We can dry this off. And that way we can, there we go. And now we're gonna, let me wipe that off too. Oh, that's still wet. Oh, that's still wet. Okay. I'm going to get the lid back on this tray. Hold on, I may have to turn it. Okay. Had to wipe off the drip tray. Now, most Keurig machines have removable drip trays. Now, this is because if you have a mug that's small enough to fit under there, then you'll be able to get your mug under there. Let me check this. That's okay. We appear to be good on water. So let's see. Let me position this in place so that the coffee will go right in. We'll turn that on. Now let's grab our coffee filter, which we set off to the side. We'll put that in there. And we'll have a 12-ounce cup of coffee. Wish us luck. The coffee smells good. I think it might be good, but we will see. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully some setting didn't mess up and do that. curing machine is heating now. There we go. This should take about, I'd say it takes about 3 minutes to heat if you read the manual. My sister would be right. It does. Alicia would be right. It does smell like fall. This coffee does. The smell will be even stronger once it starts brewing, which it will here in about another minute. You can smell it already. I mean, we could smell it already from having to grind it. Here comes the brewing. Ooh, boy. There it is. Oh, that smells good. This smells like it's gonna be good. Hopefully it'll be okay and there won't be like residual grounds in the cup. Or any of that. Obviously you don't want that. This is about done now. All right, coffee's done. I'm gonna set this this filter in the sink to cool because it gets really hot. Bear in mind, I've talked about this before on this channel. These Keurig machines, they brew coffee at an excess of temperatures between 187 and 192 degrees. Now, some of the models, not this particular one, the K Select that I use, but some of the other models actually have what is called temperature control. Oh boy. This looks like it's been overfilled a little bit. I'm gonna have to drink some of this down. Now you're gonna, creamers. Try to mix this so that the creamer is in there. You can't really taste the creamer on the top of it. I'm gonna mix it slowly because it's a little bit full. Yeah, as we do this, in many places across the country, I don't know about the world, across the country, they call this Thirsty Thursday. I prefer to celebrate Thirsty Thursday with coffee. Celebrate every day and every momentous occasion and every milestone in my life with coffee. Okay. Let's do a couple of things here before we get on out of here. Now rinse off this frother, this hand frother.